A lot of people walk in here and they go, wow, what a concept. This is not a concept. 65 million French people grew up on this, okay? This is French 101. I just, back when I was in San Francisco in the mid-'80s, I was like, one day I'll open a little French cafe. And it was obvious to me that since I wasn't going to go back to France because I love California so much, I was going to bring it to me eventually. I figured I'll build myself a little French hangout, okay? I did not reinvent anything. And this is a very egotistical project. This project was created, number one, for me. Number one, for my daughter and my wife. Okay, my daughter is born in the US. She's an American girl. I need her to understand how I grew up in my grandparents' store in Paris. Okay, my daughter is here. She's 13 years old. She's working as a young French woman today. Okay, in an Orange County environment. This project for me, for my family, for my friends, and eventually for a few customers to pay the bills. You heard about a lot of French chefs in the late 80s, which exploded into the 90s, okay? So, and that's not how I grew up. I'm not a chef, okay? I didn't grow up fancy. My parents didn't have the means to take me to fancy restaurants. I grew up in the northern end of Paris, in Montmartre, little cafes, little bistro, on the street, at the street level. And, you know, when you wanted to talk to a girl, you sat at a cafe and in front of an espresso and an apricot juice, and that's how that was a date, okay, with a 15-year-old French girl. That 15-year-old French girl, by the way, is my wife now. Well, the two main things here, which I'm extremely passionate about, are the metal signs, the advertising metal signs, which I grew up with in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, which are all obviously French, and in French, and from France. And the second thing would be all the bistro chairs and tables, and the cafe chairs and tables, which I grew up with also when I was a little kid. Now, everything is original, everything is from France, and I've acquired everything myself.